So it was recently announced that the Dallas Cowboys will be the hosts of the 2018 NFL Draft, and that's big news because Texas has never held the draft, and it's also never been in an actual stadium before. Roger Goodell said that Philadelphia raised the bar last year to another level, and this new opportunity in Dallas will continue the event's evolution and grow it even further. Last year, the event took place over 3 days, and it had 250,000 fans, so obviously it's a big deal. So who do you think should get the first round pick?
Well, being from Cleveland, I think the Browns should get the first round pick because I think we really need a turnaround in this organization. So I'll be watching the draft to see when the Browns get the first round pick.
Sounds great.
Atlanta is doing really good things this year as their soccer team. Atlanta United is doing really well in their first year ever in the MLS. One day after setting a record of selling more than 71,000 tickets against Toronto, it has been announced that the 2018 MLS All-Star Game is going to be in Atlanta in the stadium of Mercedes-Benz. And the coach of Atlanta United, Gerard Marchino, is going to be in charge of the MLS All-Star team.
So who are the All-Stars playing this year?
They haven't decided yet who they're gonna play, but it's probably gonna be one of the best teams in the world as they played Real Madrid, Bayern Munich the last 2 years. And this event is just gonna join all the big events that is gonna be in Mercedes-Benz Stadium as the 2018 college football championship, the Super Bowl in 2019, and even the basketball Final Four in 2020.
I'm so pleased and honored to announce that the 2018 Major League Soccer All-Star Game presented by Target is coming to Atlanta this summer. It will take place right here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, this incredible venue that has set the new bar for stadiums across the globe.
How lucky we were that we had a man like Arthur Blank who looked around the corner and who saw that there was a need, indeed a passion in the city of Atlanta for this sport that has literally woven our city together in a way that I haven't seen it done before.
The World Series is the biggest event in the baseball world. This year is the 113th event that will be held. After 6 months of play, it takes 1 week for them to decide who is the best team in the league. The events will be held from October 24th to November 1st, if necessary. This year, the Houston Astros from the American League and the LA Dodgers from the National League will be playing this year. The Dodgers have secured 6 World Series in their franchise history, and the Astros have won 0. In the 7-game series, the Dodgers will hold 4 games, and the Astros will hold 3. And this year, the tickets for this event are the most expensive they've ever been. For the cheapest ticket, it'll take about $800 to get standing room, and the most expensive ticket for behind the plate will be $33,000. That is as most as the pitcher for the Houston Astros makes in every 5 pitches. The sales for this year's Game 1 triple the sales from last year's Game 1 that was held in Cleveland. The MLB receives a large amount of money from this event, from sponsors to TV to anything else that goes. Fox will be holding the broadcasting rights for this World Series this year, and for the first time ever, the World Series will be sponsored by a company, and this company is YouTube. And this is big for the MLB because YouTube brings in a lot of money and a lot of people watch YouTube, and it'll be a great broadcasting time for them. So Trevor, who do you think is going to win the World Series this year?
I'm going to have to go with the Dodgers. I like my man Kershaw.
Good to hear.
So what are the new events concerning the NFL?
Okay, so recently sponsors of the NFL showed dissatisfaction of declining TV ratings and political turmoil surrounding the NFL over the players' protests. One of the sponsors, Papa John's, which had an endorsement deal with Peyton Manning in 2010, have brought to the NFL's attention of the pizza declining sales in the stadium, and they're worried about this now. And then also recently, a study conducted by the Morning Consult has showed that 80% of fans favored the NFL during the preseason, and now it's down to 55% after last week. And honestly, this will hurt the sponsors by the marketing assets, you know, for merchandise, game tickets and all that, and also the halo effect surrounding the fans, which, you know, fans won't be going around places wearing their gear as much, going to different products and services, supporting their team.
Meanwhile, the NFL in the story again here right now. The president tweeting about the NFL and how it desperately needs leadership. Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys saying the NFL is indeed suffering negative effects from all of these protests. A lot of people said it popped up in this weekend's games where there were quite a few empty or emptier stadiums. To Sports Business NFL writer Dan Kaplan on what all that means. Dan, is there a correlation as far as you could see it between the not as filled stadiums and you know, the controversy over this anthem thing among NFL players?
Yes. I mean, clearly there is a correlation. There are organized boycotts occurring. You see the fan letters that come in to the media, to the teams. There's no doubt it's having an effect. How much of an effect? That is open for debate. The league's aware of this. Jerry Jones is not the only one making noise about it. But right now, the league does not seem to want to go to war with its players on this issue.
You know, Dan, I think a lot of them seem to think, that is, players and owners, that this will die down. Will it?
Yeah. I don't think so right now. Last week at the owners' meeting at the press conference, the commissioner said there's only 6 or 7 players kneeling. There were more than that this past weekend. It's not clear that this is going to go away. The league would like it to go away, but there's no evidence it will right now.
So where do you think this goes, short of them not making any changes? In other words, the owners have made it clear, we'd like you to stand for the national anthem. We're not going to punish you if you don't. And a lot of people getting frustrated. What could turn this around or reverse it?
I think if you see a major sponsor pull out, we reported exclusively in Sports Business Journal this morning that Papa John's, which is very associated with the NFL, it's a top sponsor. Peyton Manning is an endorser. It told the NFL that its pizza sales in-game are down, and it attributes that to the anthem protests.
Wow.
If you see a sponsor pull out, at that point, the owners can no longer say, we have our players' backs, it's business. And maybe the players themselves will understand that.
So if more advertisers come along and say, we're noticing an impact on our sales as a result, then that might be the only thing that changes.
Well, they're hearing from the sponsors that the sponsors don't like this. Sports is supposed to be a unifying experience away from politics. Bringing politics into it brings that 50-50 divide back into the equation we all despise. So if sponsors see this and the NFL does not respond, my take is it will take a sponsor or two, a major one, pulling out for the NFL's attention to be garnered on this.
Dan Kaplan, thank you very much. Sports Business Journal NFL writer. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So with all the big news about the NFL protest here, recently the sponsors of the NFL, whether it be Papa John's or any other sponsors, have taken a stand and have brought to the attention of the NFL that their sales have gone down and it's hurting their business. And I know your dad works a lot with sponsors for his company, so I just wanted to get your take on it.
I mean, personally, I think it does give a bad rep to those companies who pay big money for their sponsors to be in the commercials and on the field and within the stadiums. I mean, overall, I think this whole situation should be settled, and it would decrease the amount of people frustrated or angry about this current situation.
All right, so what is the PGA doing to become more global?
The PGA actually just hosted the first ever tournament in South Korea, and it was called the CJ Cup. It was October 19th to 22nd, and basically what they wanted to do was they want to inspire a new generation of golfers in Korea, but all around the world. And the PGA is really excited about partnering with the CJ Corporation. And they think that this will be an event that happens for years to come. So they're really excited about that. And there's 20 Korean players on the tour already, so there are Korean golfers, and they're just trying to spread the market a little bit more. And Justin Thomas ended up winning this, and it was his 5th PGA title in 2017.